Today on Data Dive, we're looking at the cards that went up and down the most in 2023. And there's some cards on this list that will shock you. Hello, market movers, and happy 2024. I'm excited to be kicking off our first Data Dive episode of 2024. T-Pott is still out on winter break. He'll be back next week, but I'm happy to be here today and put together what I think is a pretty cool episode. I decided today that we should go back and look at all of the cards from 2023 in our Market Movers database and specifically find the ones that went up and down the most and count them down in today's episode. And it's a fun episode because there's some cards on this list that are gonna surprise you, I think, quite a bit. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in and get started. Before we do, let me remind you that we use Market Movers for all of the data in these episodes, and we have a special offer just for viewers of this Market Movers YouTube channel. It's promo code DIVE. Promo code DIVE is gonna get you a 14-day free trial for Market Movers, an extended free trial plus 20% off whatever plan you select. It's a great deal. Just go to sportscardinvestor.com, click Market Movers in the main menu bar, pick your plan, and then when you're checking out, enter promo code DIVE to take advantage of this very special offer. Okay, here we go today, guys. Let's jump into the data in Market Movers. And what I've done here in Market Movers is I've gone to the price movements screen. This screen's over here on the left menu bar. Of course, this is available in the mobile app as well, but we're looking at the desktop version of Market Movers today. You go to movements on the left menu bar. This is a very powerful screen. Tons of data. We got more than 2 million cards in Market Movers that you can slice and dice the data on. And this is a great screen to do it with. So what I did when I came to this screen, the first thing I did was I applied some filters. So the first filter I selected, we're only going to look at graded cards today. So I checked the graded only filter. The reason why is because raw cards tend to bounce around in price based upon the condition of the card. You might have a raw card that's in really bad condition sell, and then the next day the same card in really good condition sells, and it looks like the card jumped a lot in price, but in reality it was just the difference in condition between the two cards. So by looking only at graded cards, we get more true change percentages and trend lines, so that's why we're only looking at graded cards today. I'm also only looking at higher end cards. Cards $500 and above. That would be the price point of these cards to end the year. The reason why we're looking at higher end cards today is because higher end cards tend to sell often truer to their actual market price. Sometimes with lower end cards, you see that somebody just hit buy it now and overpaid for a card because they really wanted that card and they didn't really care if it was $199 versus even if the card was only worth $100. They just buy it now, they wanted it for Christmas or whatever it may be. But with higher end cards, they tend to sell a little closer to true market value. People don't impulsively buy as often. So we're just gonna look at higher end cards today, $500 and up, and also cards that sold at least 100 times during the last 365 days. So we're looking at cards that are popular, that have a lot of sales, and that have pretty established trend lines for us to look at. So I entered those filters, I hit search, and then the results that came up, I went to 365 days to look at these results over the course of the last year. So we capture what the price changes were during most of 2023 and the beginning of 2024 on all of these cards. So with all those things done, we've got our list. I sorted the list by price change percentage. So we're going to count down the cards that went up the most percentage-wise in 2023. And the number one card on the list is Shohei Ohtani. And specifically, Shohei Ohtani's 2018 Bowman Chrome base card in PSA 10 condition. Now, if we look at the sales chart of this card over the last 365 days, you can see what this card did in the market. It started off the year relatively flat, but then it really started to go up during the month of March. What happened there? Well, Shohei was in the World Baseball Classic. If you remember, he led Japan to the victory in the World Baseball Classic, and he struck out Mike Trout. to win the World Baseball Classic for Japan. It was a big moment for Shohei. It was a big moment for his cards. And you can see there was a nice big increase there over the course of the World Baseball Classic. Then the season gets started. The first few months of the season, his cards are relatively flat. But then starting in July, look at this crazy spike that occurred. The reason for that in July and August, that's when it really became apparent that Shohei was putting up unbelievable numbers for the season. He was leading the league in home runs. He was, I think, leading the league in strikeouts. People were saying, wait a minute, this could be the greatest season by any player in baseball history. And that's when interest really started to rise, the Shohei Ohtani card market. Unfortunately, then he got shut down from pitching due to an injury, and then later his season was shut down altogether, and you can see the big drop that occurred in his card prices the second part of the year there. But then, if you look at the last month, the month of December, all the way over here on the right of the graph, you can see that his cards shot back up quite a bit. His December was extremely strong, and he closed out the year on a high note. Why is that? Well, he signed the massive contract with the Dodgers. You know, he had all the free agency hype, and then he signs with the Dodgers for the greatest contract of all time by far, and that fueled his card prices once again. So we started the year with this 2018 Bowman Chrome base card in PSA 10 condition selling for $327. And we ended the year with that same card selling for $900. That is an increase of 175% over the course of the year, and that puts this Shohei Ohtani card as the #1 sports card of the year for percentage increase of higher end cards in 2023. So there you go. The #2 card on the list, guess what? It's another Shohei Ohtani card. This time, the 2017 Bowman Mega Box Chrome Prospects card in PSA 10 condition. I love this card. This is a year before all of his rookie cards. His rookie cards were from 2018 Topps, 2018 Bowman, but he had a card in 2017. It was his Bowman card from the World Baseball Classic. When he played in the World Baseball Classic in 2017, he had this card. And so this card is a card that a lot of collectors love to collect because it's his first U.S. card, his first card from a U.S. manufacturer. Well, I should say a U.S. available card from 2017. So that's a really cool card to collect of his as well. That card started the year at $796 and ended the year at $1,590. That was a 100% increase. It doubled in price over the course of the year. #3 on the list, it's the Joker. Jokic's 2015 Prism base card in PSA 10 condition. #3 card on the list overall for 2023. No surprise there. Won the championship. Probably should have won another MVP award. That card started the year at $343, ended the year at $675. That was an increase of 96.7%. #4 on the list, another Shohei Ohtani card. His 2018 Topps Chrome Pink Refractor card in PSA 10 condition. That card went from $300 to $585 over the course of the year. #5, another Shohei Ohtani card. His 2018 Topps Chrome Prism Refractor in PSA 10 condition. That card started the year at $420, ended the year at $750 for a 78.6% increase. #6, Brock Purdy. You were probably expecting to see Brock Purdy on this list. If you were, you were correct. His 2022 Prism Silver in PSA 10 is in 6th place on our list. That card started the year at $390, or sorry, I should say that card started the year at $510 and ended the year at $900. It was a $390 increase, an increase of 76.5% on the year. #7, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. His Prism Silver from 2018 in PSA 10 condition. Shai was one of the hottest players of this last year. That card started the year at $372, ended the year at $609. That was a 63.7% increase. #8, Oh, we're going Pokemon now, guys. We're going Pokemon. Of course, we got tons of Pokemon cards, almost every Pokemon card ever made in Market Movers. It's the Mewtwo GX from 2017 Shining Legends Holo, the Secret Shining, card number 78 out of 73. That card, the #1 high-end Pokemon card of the year in 2023. That card went from $405 to $650. We got another Pokemon card in the 9th spot. It's Lily, the trainer card from 2018 Sun and Moon Ultra Prism Edition. Card number 151 of 156, the full art holo. That card went from $780 to $1,200 in PSA 10 condition over the course of the year. A little bit of a classic card in the number 10 spot. It is Michael Jordan's 1986 Fleer sticker in PSA 7 condition. This card went from $642 to $936. There were a lot of Michael Jordan cards that did really well in the market in 2023. It was a hot year for Michael Jordan, and it was that 1986 Fleer sticker card in PSA 7 condition that led the way. Kobe Bryant. Some Kobe cards went up as well. Others went down. But Kobe's 1996 Topps Chrome base card in PSA 9 condition had a strong year. It started the year at a little over $1,200, ended the year with a high sale of $1,600. So that was a nice increase of about 30% for that Kobe Bryant card over the course of the year. Next, we've got Joe Montana, 1981. His famous rookie card, his Topps rookie card in PSA 9 condition. This card started the year at $1,500, ended the year at $1,900. Then Barry Sanders. Look, lots of legends finding their way onto this list. There were lots of legends cards that were hot over the course of 2023. This was his 1989 Score rookie card in PSA 10 condition. That card started the year at $1,100, ended the year at almost $1,400. We got that Michael Jordan sticker again, this time in PSA 5 condition. This card was hot, didn't matter what grade it was. The PSA 5 went from $485 to $611 over the course of the year. Surprisingly, we've got a Trevor Lawrence on this list. There were a lot of Trevor Lawrence cards that went down during 2023. In fact, overall, his cards went down in 2023. But there is an exception. This particular downtown card, his 2021 Optic Downtown, this card went up. It had a sale for $1,580 at the beginning of 2023, and it sold most recently for $1,980 at the end of 2023. That downtown card increased by 25%. Next, we've got Michael Jordan's 1986 Fleer, his iconic rookie card, not the sticker, the regular rookie card in PSA 8 condition. Started the year at $5,400, ended the year at $6,750, an increase of $1,350 over the course of the year. How about LeBron? Now, there were a lot of LeBron cards that went down during 2023, but this particular card, his 2003 Topps base card in PSA 9, this one went up. It increased from $440 at the beginning of the year to $540 to end the year. And we've got another classic on the list as well. The 1989 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr. card in PSA 10 condition. It was a strong year for Ken Griffey Jr. That card went from $1,740 to start the year to $2,140 to end the year. About a $400 increase there on that Ken Griffey Jr. PSA 10 Upper Deck on the year. This is the number 19 card. I found this one a little surprising. This is the card that I said in the headline of the video shocked me a little bit. I did not expect to see Rickey Henderson on the list. I mean, obviously there are a lot of other classic cards we've seen on this list, but we've seen a lot of GOATs. We've seen Jordan. We've seen Ken Griffey Jr. We've seen LeBron. We've seen Barry Sanders. Those ones didn't surprise me as much. I mean, Henderson was a great player, don't get me wrong. He was a great player, but I don't quite consider him to be in the echelon with some of those other guys. But there continues to be an incredible amount of interest in Rickey Henderson's rookie card. Maybe it's because of the fact that it's so condition sensitive. And it's so difficult to find his 1980 Topps rookie card in PSA 9 and PSA 10 condition. PSA 10 particularly so. The PSA 9, there's around 2,172 of those in PSA 9 condition. So not super rare, but still not that common either for cards of that era. This card in PSA 9 condition started the year at $1,500 and ended the year at $1,780. And of course, if you look at the PSA 10, that card's been on the rise as well. Now, only one of those sold in 2023, but when it sold for an all-time record of $162,000. Previous sales of that card were $144,000 and $111,000 back in 2022, and then $126,000 and $76,000 back in 2021. So we've seen a steady increase in this Rickey Henderson PSA 10 rookie card over the last 3 years, during a time when the card market overall has fallen considerably. Rickey Henderson's rookie cards have been on the rise. I found that pretty shocking. Do you? Let me know in the comments what you think of Rickey Henderson being in the top 20 of the rising cards over the course of the last year. And then finally, we're going to close out the list with number 20. This is the Charizard. We're closing the list with a little bit of Pokemon. Photo didn't load there, obviously. Let's get the photo. There's the photo. Okay. The Charizard 1999 Japanese promo card, CD promo number 3 holo in PSA 10 condition. That closes out the top list. That card went from $600 to $700 over the course of the year. But what goes up sometimes comes down. Let's look at the ones that dropped the most in 2023. And to get that list, I simply went to the same screen, the price movement screen and market movers, set all of the same filters, but then I sorted the price change percentage by down instead of up. So I sorted it the opposite direction. And the number one high-end card that dropped in 2023 was Luka's 2018 Prism Silver card. This card in PSA 10 condition went down 46% over the course of 2023. At the beginning of 2023, that card was selling for $2,180. And by the end of 2023, it was selling for $1,180. A $1,000 decrease in price on that Luka 2018 Prism Silver PSA 10 over the course of 2023. Some of LeBron's cards were down a lot as well. While his Topps card actually rose a little bit, his Topps Chrome card tumbled a lot. And the grade that fell the most was the BGS 9. That card started the year at $1,650, ended the year at $960, and a decrease of almost 42%. Our third biggest dropper of the year is Mike Trout, his 2011 Topps Update base card in PSA 10 condition. That card fell hard in 2023. Started the year at $1,690, ended the year at $1,000. Man, I remember when those cards were $5,000 or above. Now down to $1,000, dropped almost 41% over the course of 2023. The fourth biggest drop, this one pains me, Joe Burrow. I have some Joe Burrow cards. I love Joe Burrow. His 2020 Select Field Level Silver, it's a card that I like, but he got injured and it's dropped. Of course, he was hot back in January because he led the Bengals to the AFC Championship game in January 2023. And of course, now, a year later, he didn't even get to play most of this football season. This card dropped from $975 down to $600. Connor McDavid. This one's surprising. His Upper Deck Young Guns in BGS 9.5. This card dropped from $1,860 to $1,170. Of course, sometimes this can be affected by the subgrades, so maybe that accentuated the drop here a little bit, but still surprised to see him down 37% on the list today with that BGS 9.5. Tom Brady's cards have been cold this year, including his 2000 Bowman Chrome base card, PSA 8 condition. Of course, he retired, so now we dealt with an entire 2023 year with him not playing football, and that caused his card prices to go down. His 2000 Bowman Chrome base card in PSA 8 condition started the year at $1,900, ended the year at $1,230. Pretty big drop over the course of the last year. We also see that Mike Trout 2011 Topps Update base card in BGS 9.5 on the cold list as well. Jason Tatum on the cold list. His 2017 Prism Silver PSA 10 card. That card went from $1,130 down to $750 where it is today. Maybe a little surprising, but I guess if you rewind the clock a year ago, a lot of people thought Tatum was going to win the championship. He didn't do it. And I guess that has caused his cards to decline over the course of the year. That expectation probably exceeded what actually happened. We've got a Pikachu on the cold list. 2023 Japanese Scarlet and Violet 151. This card's on the cold list probably because it was a new release. It probably started off extremely hot in PSA 10, and like any new release, it started to fall after more and more of those hit the market. But that card started selling at $1,000 and most recently sold for $680. We've got Luka's 2018 Red, White, and Blue Prism in PSA 10 on the cold list. No surprise since his Prism Silver was on the cold list. Also no surprise, we got LeBron's Topps Chrome in PSA 9. So just a different grade of that card, which we already saw on the list. How about Mahomes? Mahomes, his PSA 10 of his 2017 Prism Silver is on the cold list. That started the year at $3,710 and ended the year, despite him winning the Super Bowl, ended the year at $2,650, a decrease of a little bit over $1,000 on the year. Now, of course, part of that probably has to do with how the Chiefs have been playing this season. They don't look as good as they did last year. We've got another Tom Brady, the PSA 9 of that 2000 Bowman Chrome on the list. And then Kevin Durant is on the cold list as well. The 2007 Topps Chrome PSA 10. Kevin Durant obviously didn't quite live up to expectations last season. That card dropped from $1,100 to around $800 over the course of the year. Giannis made his way onto the cold list as well. Of course, the Bucks season ended last year earlier than people thought it was going to. His 2013 Prism Base PSA 10 card dropped from $1,110 to $825 over the course of the last year. We've got another Pokemon card. The Giratina V made it on the list from 2022 Sword and Shield Lost Origins. That went from $660 to $501. Austin Matthews, that's surprising. A lot of Austin Matthews cards are up recently over the last 30 days. But there were time periods during the year when his cards dipped a lot as well. His 2016 Upper Deck Young Guns in PSA 10 condition started the year at $1,200, ended the year at $915. That's despite the fact that he's playing extremely well right now, and he's actually one of the hot cards at the moment in the market. But overall, over the last year, his cards dropped in price. We've got another Mike Trout, the PSA 9 of that 2011 Topps Update. And then finally, we're ending with the Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, the 1980 Topps card. A little surprising to see this one on the cold list, but the PSA 6 of this card in particular, well, it had a little bit of a drop over the last year. This card started the year at $875 and ended the year at $675. So yeah, actually a $200 drop in the value of that card in PSA 6 condition. All right, guys, what did you think of the list? The hottest cards and the coldest cards of 2023. What surprised you? Let me know in the YouTube comments below. I look forward to reading them. And guys, if you want to be able to slice and dice the data of the sports card market a zillion different ways, then go get Market Movers right now and take advantage of that special coupon code just available to viewers of this channel. Promo code DIVE gives you 14 days free of Market Movers and then 20% off your subscription. Go to sportscardinvestor.com. And in the main menu bar, click Market Movers, pick your plan, and then enter promo code DIVE when you're checking out to get that special offer. All right, guys, we appreciate you watching. Happy New Year, and we'll see you back soon with our next one. Take care.